www.dannydid.org. Thank you for coming to ETHS. Here's the gymnasium. Your safety and enjoyment are important to us. Please take a moment to review these safety rules. Aisles and doorways must be kept clear at all times. People may not linger or stand idle in these areas. There are several marked exits throughout the facilities. Please take a moment to familiarize yourself with them. Each exterior door is clearly marked with an illuminated exit sign. In case of emergency, please use the nearest exit and move as far away from the emergency situation as possible. Proceed in an orderly fashion through the marked exits as quietly as possible throughout the corridor. We have steps in case announcements need to be made over the public address system. Everyone can hear them. Please note now how you will connect with your loved ones, friends, and our guests should you become separating in the event of an emergency. Please follow the instructions of the ETHS Safety or other emergency response personnel. And enjoy this third game of the War on the Shore between the Bolingbrook Raiders and the Wildkits.
Brought to you by North Shore University Health System. North Shore isn't just here for you now. We're helping you be ready for what's next. North Shore University Health System. Healthcare for what's next. Learn more at northshore.org/what's next. And now, ladies and gentlemen, please rise for our national anthem. Oh, say can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight for the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof the night that our flag was still there. Oh, stay does that our spangled banner yet wave, for the land of the free and the home of the brave. Good luck to both teams. And now, ladies and gentlemen, the starting lineup for the Bolingbrook Raiders. At guard, number 1, Joseph Yasufu. At guard, number 3, Anthony Thompson. At guard, number 5, Jordan Myrick. At guard, number 10, Darius Burford. And at guard, number 23, Tyler Cochran. The head coach of the Raiders is Rob Rost, with assistant coaches Paul Jamichia, Tom Tapia, Tony Smith, and Eric Kelly. And now, ladies and gentlemen, the starting lineup for your Evanston Wildkits. At guard, number 0, Jalen Gibson. At guard, number 1, Shaheem Holden. At guard, number 5, Lance Jones. At guard, number 15, Blake Peters. And at guard, number 24, Ryan Bast. The coaches for the Wildkits, head coach Mike Ellis, with assistant coaches Nikas Main and Rudy Mayo.
Good evening, sports fans. Today is Saturday, January 19th, 2019. We are live from Beardsley Gymnasium in Evanston, Illinois for some world-class high school basketball on tap tonight. The Raiders are in town from Bolingbrook against our high-profile Wildkits. Of course, joined by the professor and the coach. Good evening, and how you doing?
All right, Chris. Good evening to you. Good evening, Professor Chris. Always happy to be here with you all.
Yeah, it should be a great contest tonight. Two of the top 10 teams in Illinois squaring off. This is the third game, the last game of this basketball fest here at Evanston today.
The War on the Shore, 9th annual War on the Shore here in E-Town, and here's the tip. Hard fought, and the Raiders win it. Should be an interesting game on hand tonight. Evanston coming off a victory last night against the Titans. And we'll see how the Raiders start their offense. Excellent atmosphere inside the gymnasium. Although we are missing the pep band, always a wonderful addition to the game. We got to travel, and that'll be a turnover. Evanston will inbound.
So already I'm liking the aggressiveness for both teams here.
Holden up the court, being guarded by Sefu. Here's Myrick against Holden, and they turn it over. Outlet pass off the ref. That's in play, or it would have gone out of bounds. Bit of a trap. Saved by Holden. Peters, 1-on-3. No, and he's fouled before the shot. Weird that there's no continuation, but that was the Evanston inbound.
That was the NBA. That would have been free throws. But this is what I came to expect in this game. Two really high-scoring offenses you love to run, and we're already seeing that today.
And you got to credit Holden for that save out of bounds of Blake.
Peters for 3, our first field goal of the game, and an outlet pass as Myrick was trying to connect with Buford, but a high-flying Holden to stop that.
Yeah, I have to say, folks, I was pretty impressed with his height that he got up so high to get that ball.
Sefu in and out. Oh, and a good rebound by the visitors, and Thompson puts it back.
And right away, Bolingbrook is letting you know that you can't allow them to have second chance at offensive shots.
Raiders looking strong on the ball. And Evanston off target, 3-on-1, and oh my, Sefu went up, and he got elevated there. Long ball to Holden, three-pointer for Bost, airballed though, and now the Raiders are running again. Off the glass, oh my!
Oh my goodness.
And the follow-up is there, and Ellis is gonna have a quick timeout. He's not happy with the Kits, and the visiting supporters are on their feet. The Raiders making a statement early on, 6-3.
Talk about a high-flying offense. You're gonna see this dunk here. He really got up there.
Alley-oop off the backboard. I think he purposely missed that shot just so his teammate could get it to put off the backboard. Yes, folks, I'm all Evanston, but you have to put credit where credit is due. You're not in this house, I think you're going to really miss a good one tonight.
One word for that, nasty.
Nasty, nasty.
Ellis wasn't having any of it, though, and before the lead can get any further, he calls a quick timeout, and Evanston will inbounds it under their own basket, down by 3.
Everyone also keep an eye on Joseph Yusefu. I'm not exactly sure which, but I know he's going to a Division I university next year, and he's one of the premier players in Illinois.
Boss with tempo, and Peters into the corner, almost a travel, but off target. Rebound again by the Raiders. And they look very confident on the ball, Coach. Into the lane, kicked out. Three-pointer, air ball. Gibson with the rebound as Thompson was off target. Thompson to Jones, and that one's off. Another rebound by Myrick, and Isefu for 3, and boom, shalak lock, boom. It's 9-3.
Yes, I think Evanston needs to recognize right now threes is off. They've got to go back to attacking the basket.
Wow, Gibson hit the ground hard there, and
that was a bang bang
there.
play.
Almost looking a bit out of control. I think Evanston got lucky, for a foul.
Yeah, and I hope Gibson's not trying to carry over from last night or constantly ending up on the floor. It's not easy banging your body on the floor. So, but once again, I think Evanston's got to recognize they've got to settle down and play their game on the offense and get that defense to move. This is the type of defense that you really have to get some passes going to get them moved, to get them out of position to be able to score.
We rarely see visitors come in and take an early lead, and that's just what the Raiders have done here. And it's all about maintenance now, and let's see how the Wildkits respond to being down in their own building. Raiders driving, strong move. Wow, Buford.
That was lost on Holden. He gave up baseline, which was one of the cardinal sins in the game of basketball.
Jones with a fadeaway jumper, nice shot, and the Raiders are right back to it. Evanston down by 5. Kicked out. Yusefu for 3, no good. Rebound. Peters got the loose ball right in front of us. Holding. Stepped out of bounds is the call, and that's going to go back to the Raiders.
Yeah, I think if Evanston composed themselves, they're recognized, because they definitely, we've seen what the team is doing, that they've done it to others, so we know they're capable of playing that way. But they've got to recognize sooner than later to settle down on the offensive end and run the play.
Myrick almost faked himself out there. Instead, Raiders able to hold on. A short little jumper there by Cochran. And a nice outlet pass to Boss. He controls it. And slowed down back to Holden. Thrown into Gibson. He got a little body to Jones. Nice play.
I was almost going to comment on Gibson's
poor
decision
and they tried the alley-oop there, and it didn't connect, but Buford got his own pass, kicked out, back inside to Buford, but he was on the line. We're going to have a travel.
Yes, I think even our Evanston's crowd would have went crazy on that one.
That was up there.
Yeah, they're definitely coming here to put on a show in our house. So Evanston's got to step it up, settle down, and start playing basketball the way we know they're capable of playing.
Halfway through the first quarter, our score 13-8 in favor of the Raiders.
Good sign, though, for Lance Jones as he pulls up again.
Jones for a long 2, sharp angle, nothing doing. Cochran surrounded. And he works it up the court. And another alley-oop, and it's off the glass, laid in. by Buford.
I was going to say good sign for Jones. He's already got more points than he had all of yesterday's game.
Holden working on Cochran. Jumper, and it's good. Nice bucket there for E-Town. Raiders, though, moving it. Gibson got in the way of that pass. Peters now 2-on-1. Holden with a fake, back to Peters. He lost it. And now Evanston trying to set up again. 3 minutes to play in the first quarter. Jones, little hop, skip, and a jump, and he's short. Cochran, outlet pass, another bomb, and Holden takes that. End-to-end action there. Holden misses his chance, and Cochran looking for the long pass.
Looking more like a track meet than a basketball game right now.
Kicked it out, three-pointer. Merrick off target, Bost. Evanston down by 5. Almost lost the handle, he did. Cochran with the steal. And I would advise both teams to slow the heck down. And here we go, the Raiders. Into the lane, kicked out, Cochran. And we have a foul.
I thought they were going to call it travel. He tried to do the jump stop, but it looked like he landed one and then the other, but we got a foul on Evanston.
Yeah, unfortunately, he got bailed out on that one.
That was the Eastern European step.
And I think if the foul hadn't happened, we would have got the traveling call, but the foul happened right before he put that final footstep down to travel. But I agree with you, something you said earlier, Chris. Both teams have got to settle down, particularly Evanston. You're at the disadvantage right now, but you've got to settle down, and you've got to capitalize off of their missed basket. No sense in playing good defense, and you come back down to turn it back over. No sense in playing fast basketball if you keep missing baskets. Exactly. Inside, and well done by the Raiders. And the substitute, McMurrin, comes in for his first field goal. Here's Jones, 2 minutes to play in the first quarter. Christian out there trying to set some picks. And the Raiders went with a little height here. Now Peters. Working it into the corner. Bost, very tight angle. 3! Big bucket for E-Town.
That was a big bucket. He had a defender in his face, but calmly knocked that one down.
Stolen by Bost. Off the glass and in. Big switcheroo there.
The 5-0 run by Bost alone has the Kits back within 2.
I definitely can attest to Bost getting his basketball genes from his dad. A lot shorter, but definitely has that Bost genes in him. Slightly blocked there, and then the Raiders got it back, and that's going to be an and-one situation for Thomas, as Holden got too much. One minute, 10 seconds to play in the first quarter, and the three-point play is not finished. 4-point lead for the Raiders. Peters for 3. No good. Sefu with the rebound. Under a minute to play. And we've got a travel.
Could have been a travel, could have been a carry. He just did something wrong there.
And the ref almost missed it. I think with the noise of the crowd and the player recognized himself, kind of giving a little hesitation.
Carry, double dribble, travel.
A palm.
It was all there.
Bost now, 52 seconds to play in the first quarter. Very tight game so far. Peters to Holden. Working magic around the edge, inside, back out to Bost. Off target.
That would have been
with the rebound.
Would have been for 8 straight points.
Oh my, and what a bucket by Thomas as the Raiders were flowing. Good attempt trying to get that from Jones. That would have been a nice little block. Jones with a bucket of his own. Very nice response. The Sefu. Cochran.
High-flying action here in Beardsley.
Off the glass, no good. Loose ball. 8 seconds. Jones trying to go all the way. And we've got a foul. He'll go to the line. Yes, got to credit him with good effort. Got to credit that good effort on that. Good defense on Evanston's end. You got to credit Jones from coast to coast after that rebound. Being able to hold the ball and control it.
And good job from Jones there, not shying away from the contact to get to the line.
Big free throw here.
Good to see him making free throws.
Yeah, he's had his struggles this season, but that one looked calm, cool, and collected.
So tonight he's given us a good thing of seeing that, putting the scoring back into with a lot of the things he was doing last night, getting assists and rebound. In a
3
game like
seconds,
tonight, we
full
need that.
court shot, won't make it. And at the end of 1 quarter of play, our score, Bolingbrook 21, Evanston Township 18.
I think this game's going to come down to who can get some stops. Neither team has been able to do that thus far.
Well, you know, Evanston's already shown us that they're capable of getting stops, but as Chris and I said earlier, it's true. You know, fast-paced playing basketball and getting stops, if you're not going to score, then it's almost wasted energy and effort. So, you know, you're right. Who can get some stops? Evanston's already proven that they've gotten more than the other team in Bolingbrook, but you've got to do something with it.
Yeah, I was just, this is exactly what I expected. Just a fast-paced game, with a little sloppy, but 21-18 at the end of the first quarter is one of the most high-scoring high school quarters I've seen.
So, for what should be the CSL South Championship this Thursday, we need all the Wildkit faithful back here at Beardsley Gymnasium at 7 o'clock on Thursday. Make some noise for ETHS Girls Basketball!
Honoring ETHS girls varsity hoops here at center court. Between the quarters.
That's awesome. I had a chance to talk to Coach, and she said, you know, they played yesterday. They did beat Glenbrook South also. A little bit rough, but not as aggressive game as they did when they played them here, but they did beat them. And then today, she said the team really showed up, playing as if they're back on track with hopes that, you know, they definitely continue to play to that level as we know that they're more than capable.
See Devon Bell in the game now.
Holden tried to take it to the rack, but it was blocked. And now the Raiders are running 3-on-1. And that should have been a foul. It was. Christian called there. And Buford will go to the line.
So I saw that Coach Ellis was yelling at his team, rightfully so. You know, we had an opportunity. We blocked shot. We did not set it back up. We just kept trying to force a shot versus taking time and setting and running the play. And, of course, due to not doing that, we ended up with a turnover.
Four-point lead for the Raiders. Trying to make it 5. And off the top of the backboard, the touch goes in.
That's a hometown roll if I've ever seen one, but they're on the road.
Inside, nice play.
Good pass there.
Good job by Evanston to find the open man. Cochran.
That was the first real half-court set I saw Evanston run well. Most of their points have come on fast breaks.
Oh, and Evanston unlucky there, as that looked like a good steal, and the Raiders bailed out. Pardon me, that's not Cochran, that was Myrick.
Yeah, that was a bailout call. It looked like the younger Holden got all ball there. We see Jones and Peters re-enter the game for Evanston.
The ref was putting up one finger. I wasn't sure if he's calling on number 1 or if he's calling on number 11.
I believe that was 11.
Raiders. Good defense by Bost. Here's Thomas against Peters. Kicked it out to Myrick, spinning. Tough shot off the glass, won't go. Outlet to Bost. And that's blocked. He had a man with him and could have passed it, but kept it his own. 3-on-2. Oh,
Yes.
wow.
Great job there from Jones, and great job from the ref. A lot of refs just followed the ball, but that one saw that Jones had position.
But Jones gave him more than enough time to wait for that.
I like the enthusiasm in that call as well.
Fouls starting to accumulate for both teams, both at 4. Miscommunication there by the Wildkits, and a rare turnover that we've seen this evening. Inbounds for the Raiders under their own basket.
It'll also be interesting if either of these teams get some of the bonus, and neither have really shot the ball well from the line thus far.
Raiders inside, moving the ball well, and a nice driving bucket by Buford. As Bolingbrook has been unrelenting thus far. Gibson trying to take his man on, almost lost it. Bost for 3 off the glass in the corner. Here's Cochran. And a big shot there by Usefu. And the lead is back to 8.
When Evanston's mission shot, they definitely, on that particular play, we took too long to get down the court.
Peters, oh my, and a lot of body, no call. Oh my, Usefu. And a big up the court pass. And a 10-point lead now for Bolingbrook.
Yeah, Usefu is definitely a player to watch in the future. He's high flying, and he's got athleticism, and he knows how to play the game.
Gibson trying to take it. And we're going to have a foul on Leonard. He got a little too much body. It'll be an inbound
There's the
ball
block,
for
and
Evanston.
here's the dunk from Usefu.
Usefu really getting a lot of height there.
Yes. Truly a player that
Inside.
someone would have underestimated.
Evanston tried to work it and then lost. Kicked into the corner. Holden is good. There's a big change of events there for Evanston to get that turnover and get a 3.
Yeah, Evanston's going to need to hit their threes in this game as Bolingbrook has pretty much
NBA
scored with
3
ease.
for Usefu off target. And a foul on the Raiders.
Over the back, it looked
Wow.
like. I'm not sure, though.
Looked like he got
Here
pulled
it is.
down to me.
Ooh, yeah, that should have been an
his
Evanston
arm.
foul. They missed that one.
Evanston bailed out over that. 4:47 to play in the first half. Here's Holden across the timeline. To Boss. Peters rotating, and that's partially blocked. And here comes the Raiders again. Up. Oh, my!
No. You can see that on the top 10 plays tonight.
Dear Lord.
Peters
That was
almost
a
tried to
poster.
get up, too.
That was a poster.
boy.
They're here showing off, folks,
And
and
now
they're
Jones
doing
is
a great
trying to
job
match
of
it,
it.
but hopefully he doesn't lose the ball. Evanston's got to be careful, or if they try to do some magic of their own, they're going to keep getting wiped out. The Raiders not stopping. 1-on-3. He took it to the rack, and he's fouled. Big play by Buford as the Raiders starting to inch away
Here's
ever
this
so
dunk.
slightly.
Blake Peters,
Got a poster.
he semi-poster. Man,
I think Peters phoned that one in when he saw him go up. Looked like he just kind of kept running on that one. All good. There wasn't much anybody could do
No.
on that.
Good attempt of defense by Blake Peters. That's all we could say. A little too soon and unfortunate because of that. You know, but you're right. Not too much you could have done with that.
Bolingbrook is definitely the most athletic high school team I've seen this season. They're beating Evanston at their own game, soundly.
10-point lead for the Raiders. Jones with a strong move. And he took it to the cup. It got blocked, but there was a little body there as well. Coach doesn't like it, but he's going to go to the line.
Yeah, little bit of body. Good call there.
These are big free throws as Evanston tries to cut it to single digits.
He's got to figure out those free throws.
It's 1 for 3 tonight for Jones.
Here's the second. And it goes. Myrick will inbound it. He finds his man Cochran. Almost trapped there, he is, but they win it again. Strong on the ball. Oh my, that's in the cylinder, I believe, and that'll be goaltending.
He almost dunked that down too. That would have been nice even though it was a violation.
And quickly Evanston back up the court. Jones got a pick. Long jumper off target. Rebound again, and that's going to be a foul. As Myrick got it, and he was crossed up.
So once again, Evanston's going away from things that they're doing that works for him. Moving the ball on the offensive end, being patient, moving the ball, going to the bucket. Can't just come down with a team like this and just 1 or 2 passes or try to go 1-on-2 or 1-on-3. You've got to work the ball.
One more foul, and Bolingbrook will be in the bonus. 3:25 to play in the first half.
And Evanston is in the bonus for the remainder of this second quarter, but free throws have been a problem thus far.
Into the corner, now working it inside. Oh, wow.
There's that foul you were talking about.
Here's a replay of this foul. A little bit of contact there. Could have gone either way.
From behind.
Here's Leonard. And the 1-and-1 goes. A lot of fouls here as the clock has been stop-start all first half. Very tentative atmosphere inside the gym as the supporters for Evanston are slightly out of breath.
They're not used to seeing their team down by double digits here at home.
That's going to be a push-off on Gibson, and that's a fair call.
Lean that shoulder and bump.
He's looking at the referee. It was very obvious.
I definitely agree with that call. Against Evanston, but that was the right call to make.
The Raiders with Myrick. Under 3 minutes to play. To the cup, good steal.
Good no call by the ref there. There was a little contact, but mostly ball there from Francis.
Holden trying to do too much. And then the Raiders do exactly the same. Jones gauging. Back to Boss to Jones for 3. Well off target. And it's saved, but to a Bolingbrook player. Still a 10-point lead for the visitors. Evanston have gone cold here. Cochran for 3. Off target, Bost. With pace. And he almost crossed himself up. That looked like a double. Holden in and out. And the rebound is good.
Nice way to work it back up.
Nice play there from Ethan Francis. He's seen more playing time with the absence of Louis Lemond, who's actually back on the bench tonight for the second straight night, but hasn't seen any playing time.
2 minutes now to play in the first half. Almost stolen by Bost. Sefu got it back. Down low to Cochran. Short jumper won't go. He got his own rebound, and that one won't go. Another one, and we have a jump ball as Cochran was left in a heap.
And that's a possession there where, once again, Evanston had the inside position, but when you don't box out and you got high-flying teams that can jump like that, you have to box out, make some type of contact to try to get that foul on them over the back.
1:46 to play in the first half. 8-point game. The Raiders playing excellent basketball inside Evanston's gym. Good inbounds, but it won't go. And an easy layup won't fall for Leonard. And here's Holden turning on the Jets, but he lost it. Sloppy basketball, coach, and here come the Raiders, and that layup will go.
Yeah, that's almost a 6-point swing there. Evanston could have gotten it back to maybe 6. Now it's back to 10.
Peters,
James got to do a better job with,
and it's good. That's a 2-pointer, though. Foot was on the line. Approaching a minute remaining. Myrick out of control, holding there, guarding. Inside to Cochran. Sharp angle jumper, it goes. As Peters has had a tough time with him. Boss, too strong off the glass, and that'll be a foul. As Christian got too much body and everything going the Raiders' way right now.
Yeah, very uncharacteristic of Boss there to miss that easy layup. That might be the first one I've really seen him miss all season from that close in.
And here comes Buford. He's going to take it all himself. Another rebound is lost. 40 seconds. Holden to Peters. 3. Nope. Off the glass. Yusefu with the board. 34 seconds to play in the half. 9-point lead for the visitors. And the Raiders looking to slow it down as they spread it out. Maybe aiming for the final shot. Myrick.
Evanston's got to put on some pressure here. At this point in time, you want to try to at least make you be the team that gets the last shot.
Yusefu. Now it looks like they're going to let him do it. There's 5. He kicks it over. And a crossover. Good defense. 1 second. It'll go. Oh, and in and out. And that's a big miss at the end of the half, as the Raiders could have made their lead 11. Instead, it stays at 9 at the end of 16 minutes and first half of play. Evanston Township 29, Bolingbrook 38.
Yeah, that was great defense there from Holden on that last shot. Bolingbrook player almost made that, but good defensive stand to keep this lead manageable and under double digits.
Yeah, so I can imagine what the locker room talk is going to be a lot about. Basically, Evanston, hope the coach is going to let them know you all need to settle down and just play basketball. I think, like you keep talking about, you're trying to run and do the fast-paced thing right now. We're not playing together as Bolingbrook is right now. So Evanston needs to just settle down, be able to control the game. You got to make a defensive team like this work on the defensive end. So you got to constantly be passing and move the ball, as we've seen they've done in the past. This running down one shot here or 2 shot and not rebounding and not getting a second chance on the offensive end. If Evanston continues that way, they're definitely going to lose that game tonight.
We certainly have a doozy of a second half on tap for us, and ball control will be in the mix for both teams. Stay tuned here as we have the halftime show. The Palm Kits will come out and strut their stuff here at center court. We'll be back in 10 minutes for the second half. Thank you for joining us tonight. We'll be right back.
Shore fans, and thanks for coming out to support a great day for high school basketball games. I'm Tommy Stanton, and the Danny Didd Foundation was started in honor of my brother Danny. And we are proud to be the charity partner of the 9th Annual War on the Shore. Proceeds from today's game will help us protect kids who cope with seizures and epilepsy, a disease that impacts 1 in 26 Americans. Be sure to stop by our bake sale in the bleachers to learn more and get some sugar. You can check us out at DannyDid.org, and you gotta like us on Facebook. Enjoy the games, enjoy your life, and thank you, Evanston High School, for hosting.
Thank you, Danny's brother. That's right. The Danny Didd Foundation is grateful to be the charity partner of the 9th Annual War on the Shore. Danny Didd is an Evanston-based nonprofit that protects kids who have epilepsy, a neurological disorder that will impact 1 in 26 Americans. You can stop by the Danny Didd Bake Sale in the balcony for sweet treats and to support their mission to help families who face seizures. Danny Didd is on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and at DannyDid.org. Enjoy the game and be seizure safe. Tonight's ETHS men's basketball game is brought to you by the Jerk Pit.
The ETHS men's basketball program would like to thank our 2018-2019 corporate sponsors for their generosity and support. Brad Weiss, DGS, the Jerk Pit, Mike and Lenny team with Properties, Hecky's Barbecue, It's the Sauce, the Trial Lawyers of Tarpey, Jones and Schroeder, LLC, and Annals CPA, Taco Diablo, Lulu's, and Five and Dime, Hopeton Community College, Tri-City Apparel, Chick-fil-A, Logic Lawn Care, the Levitas family, the moms of Allers, Allegra, and Herman's Palace. So please, shop with our sponsors. Thank you so much. And don't forget, you can catch the kits when Wildkits girls basketball hosts main summer right here in Beardsley Gymnasium next Thursday at 7 p.m. And now, ladies and gentlemen, DJ E-Town Tasha. Wildkits, 29.
We are back. The second half is on tap. We are very close here. Evanston must get a lot of work done here in this second act. Down by 9. The Raiders have come in very strong this evening. 38-29 as the official blows his whistle. They will inbound the ball right in front of us, and we will get the third quarter underway. And here comes Lance Jones.
Each of Bolingbrook's 2 leading scorers, Burford and Yusefu. Yusefu is committed to Drake this fall, and Burford has also drawn interest from that same school. So these are players to look out for at the next level as well.
The teams have switched sides. Evanston going from right to left now. And Bost working his magic on Yusefu, no good. And the rebound by Peters is in.
That's how Evanston needs to come out of this halftime. It's a good way to come out.
Yusefu in a hurry, and he missed his outlet pass in Thompson, and Evanston able to maybe quickly get 2 field goals.
A quick 4-0 run would do wonders and draw this one back down to 5, and it's anybody's game then.
Ooh, almost a travel there.
It was 2 times. Let him play though.
Peters for 3. Off target. Yusefu's there for the board.
The problem I have with that though, nobody on Evanston was there to rebound. In a game like this, they can't afford that.
Outside shot, 3-pointer airmailed. And that was way off target from Thompson.
Airmail was correct, but no U.S. postage.
Return to sender. Jones into the lane, and he kicked it to Gibson in a nice bucket.
Very smart play there from Jones. He could have tried to take it all the way, but knew the smarter play was to dump it off to Gibson there.
Inside and no shot, and we'll have a foul.
But if Evanston recognizes and continue to play that way, as I said earlier, they got to settle down and play their game and be patient and move the ball. You got to play against the defense and not let the defense play against you.
And Bolingbrook with the inbounds pass and stolen by Jones, and Bost to the rack. Just like that, Evanston with 6 straight points. 3-point game now.
Playing under control.
They've sped it up, but all of their fast break opportunities have been in control, whether it be from Bost or Jones, finishing around the hoop.
Tough pass, he found his man. Buford with a tough runner and a lot of body, no foul. It falls. First bucket of the second half for the visitors. Peters to the rack. No, it won't fall. And he's left in a heap.
Very smart pass there from Holden, though. Might not have fallen, but it was the right play. Peters just got to finish that next time.
Inbounds pass here for Cochran. Raiders lead back to 5. Jim very tentative still, on edge. Evanston supporters not happy with a lot of these calls. We hear griping behind us. There's almost a lot of body. Could have been a foul on Jones, and we get it there.
I think that was a makeup call for the first one he missed. What he called was actually not a foul, but I think he realized he missed the first one.
It's a group of a half dozen gentlemen behind us who are behaving as if they have money on the game.
They might.
And it won't fall.
They're also behaving like they're students here.
So Evanston comes out with a spurt of good and then turn around. And now we got 2-3 fouls back to back. Not good.
After a nice run by Evanston, the Raiders tacking on some points, the lead back to 6. 41-35, first few minutes of the second half. Ellis having words with the official. Not happy, and Gibson's tied up, and he was trapped there, but Cochran gets called for the foul. And Gibson inbounds to Jones. Holding now. Across center court. Oh, and a good read by Cochran. It's a 3-on-1, and he's fouled and one. As Holden tried to just get in the way, but in the end, he should have just gotten out of the way.
If you're gonna foul him, but don't half-heartedly try to do it. And I was just getting ready to say when Holden had the ball there, well, he's been playing under control in the second half, which has helped them bring it back, but careless turnover there.
And just like that, it was cut to 3, but now the lead back to 9. And the Raiders keeping their cool. First 3 minutes of the second half. Jones, good speed there, but he stopped and jumped her, missed it to Sefu.
Fade away.
And it's kicked out to him. That's 3, and it won't go. Cochran fighting. Nice rebound by Holden. Bost, in and out. Peters fighting, still in bounds. Here's Thomas. And Buford lost it.
Good
now Gibson.
There,
oh my.
That's a hard ground hit there.
It's Gibson again. He is going to be quite sore.
Here it is.
It's actually good. Hopefully they have Monday off to rest themselves also, because they are going to be very sore. Or should I say him alone from last night to tonight.
And Evanston is also off school. Sleep in.
Happy Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Day to all of America and to all of Earth.
Yes, and let's just all continue to dream.
Indeed. Be kind to your neighbor and love your brothers and sisters, as an eye for an eye will leave us all blind. 4:31 remaining in the third quarter. Evanston down by 8.
That's 2 uncharacteristic misses from Gibson tonight at the free throw line. And those free throw line misses have cost Evanston some points. That could have been a charge call, but
Holden left his feet a little easy there, Professor.
Yeah.
And the lead back to 10 now. 4:08, halfway through this third quarter, and Evanston unable to dent that lead. Long ball, Peters with the board. Oh, and he might have been fouled, but another strong rebound by Cochran as he's trapped. Unbelievably saved it into the corner. Usefu for 3. It won't go. Fighting Gibson to Holden to the cup. What a bucket!
great body control there from Holden. Timeout called from Bolingbrook.
Timeout by the visitors, lead 8. Bolingbrook 46, Evanston Township 38.
Interesting, last night's game, if the lead was ever 8, you almost felt like it was out of reach given that it was so low scoring, but with the score 46-38 right now, you could say that it's anybody's game with the fast pace. Evanston
came within like 3 or 4, but once again, when they went away from what they started the quarter with, you come out, you get 6 points in a row, you're down 3, you turn around and you create 3 fouls. Not good. And you turn the ball over.
Yeah, when you're playing another top 10 team in the state, these uncharacteristic and just careless mistakes won't do you much good.
First couple minutes, Evanston came out on a mission and looked very good, but they lost a little bit of their gumption, and the Raiders got it right back.
And Evanston's got to pick that gumption back up, using your word, Chris, because, as you know, Bolingbrook did not come out with any fire, so you've got to try to take advantage of them right now. I don't know they're a little winded or what's what, but their energy that they came out to start third quarter wasn't the same that they came out with first quarter and even in second quarter. So Evanston needs to recognize that and go back to playing basic basketball that we were doing.
And the Raiders inbounded. We're back underway. Third quarter action, 3.5 minutes remaining. Bolingbrook up by 8. Cochran now working on Jones. Looking for some help, trying to take it to the hole. And it looks like
they got the travel. He traveled before, might have been a foul, but he got the travel.
Like a jump ball before the travel. Evanston across the timeline though, and this is what the Kits need. Try and cut it to 6. Holden to Holden. Peters, 3. Boom!
And we need that.
He was due to hit one of those. All those shots looked nice, and just like that, back down to 5.
And the Raiders quickly down the court, but Peters got the board. Holden. Wow, he was fouled twice, and Gibson puts it back. And Jones read that very well, and his running jumper's very short.
And he's having a laugh about it. He knows that was one he'd like to forget.
Yeah, sometimes as a player you have to laugh at yourself, as I'm sure he couldn't even tell you what happened on that. It looks like somebody pinched him or something and just let the air out the ball and it just dropped.
I just think he thought he was 3 feet closer to the rim.
Yeah. You got to give him the effort and the energy for creating that turnover.
Lead back down to 3. Evans has gone on another mini run.
Leonard to Buford. Gibson coming out strong into the corner. Sefu back across court. Spinning into the lane and good. Nice bucket by Thompson.
That was a great move, the spin move, but also the awareness to keep his body where he wanted it to shoot that ball.
Gibson, Peters traveled, and that's correctly called. Every time Evanston makes it so close, the Raiders are able to just keep that pry bar intact and keep them away from tying the game. 2 minutes to play in the third quarter. 5-point lead for the Raiders. 48-43. Myrick. He's going to take it. Oh my, and a very strong bucket.
Strong move there from Myrick. I think Jones was caught in between if he should help or stay off, and the wrong decision, I believe.
Holden trying to go up the lane. Tough shot and bailed out with a foul. And he'll go to the line.
Here's that replay of Holden's drive.
A little bit of force, but
body.
good drive.
Yeah, it could have been a no call, but.
Gotta make free throws.
Off target there. And you know that basketball is a contact sport.
Yes, it is.
And the ball very rarely lies. As it told the truth there on that first one, as Holden knocks in the second one.
Owen almost missed his outlet pass onto the end line, and what's the call?
Did they call a foul on that? I believe they did. Evanston does not like that one, but
quietly, if you look at the replay, he did have his hand on him. Whether or not he pushed him was a, but you know, they did tell you, remember a couple years ago, they were calling more hands on, so.
Holden did good to like shepherd him out of bounds, but he got a little too much arm.
Yeah.
90 seconds to play in the third quarter. 6-point lead for the Raiders. Into the edge to Buford. And he's fouled by Bost. And all of a sudden, Bolingbrook here with about a minute to play, they're one away from the bonus in the second half, and that could haunt the Kits.
And don't forget, that goes for a whole half, so they'd be in the bonus the whole fourth quarter as well.
Travel.
I was getting ready to say there's the bonus foul, but he traveled first.
Minute 15 to play in the third. Evanston looking slightly fatigued, maybe. Peters to Jones. Good pick. Peters. 3!
Lead back down to 3, just like that. Goes Blake Peters.
Oh my, and all the way to the cup as Buford took it to the rack with strength.
Evanston's making that too easy. This team has already clearly proven to you that they can go to the bucket. We've got to get them stopped a little bit higher.
Jones to Peters. He's going to shoot it, and it's in and out. Leonard with the board. Buford, he's got help, and he didn't need it.
Strong move there through 2 Evanston defenders with that layup.
Holden now, 20 seconds to play in the third. Raiders looking for the steal. Peters kicked it.
Great
pass. Nope. And 10 seconds now. The Raiders trying to get their lead back to 9. 5. Oh my. No. And we're going to have a shooting foul.
That's a tough call. Looked bang bang to me, almost with the charge there.
I said it would have been a no call.
Well, it looks like a charge on the one, but a foul on the other guy. They all happen simultaneously. And that one went the Raiders' way. And with 4.1 seconds remaining.
And there's a little 5-0 run again from Bolingbrook to bring it back out to 8.
Back to 9. Off target, final shot, Peters from his spot, and that's going to be short. At the end of 3 quarters of play, Evanston Township 47, Bolingbrook 55.
Yeah, it's not a question of if they can score enough. It's a question of if they can keep that momentum that they get at the start of these quarters. I think if they get ahead, I think this game completely changes. But playing from behind is tough for Evanston.
Yeah, Evanston has definitely got to, once again, as we keep saying, they've got to stick to what's working for them. They've got to stick to what's working for them, and they've got to make sure they're getting second and third opportunities on the offense.
Turned down for what?
The T-shirt toss, contact sport here at Evanston.
Yes.
It is. We've paired it up with Greco-Roman wrestling.
Yes.
This was an abbreviated one. Still the same.
And as you said before, we get along, but when it comes time to catch a T-shirt, move out my way.
And you got to hand it to Bolingbrook because they are about to start the fourth quarter rather. They've come in here tonight and played excellent basketball. As we discussed earlier, we haven't seen many teams come in and play this effectively against our Wildkits. And the pass is inbound. We're underway. Here's Myrick taking on Peters. Almost got a chin music there on the pick. Medium range jumpers in and out. Jones with tempo to Bost. Down that baseline in a nice bucket.
That was great awareness from Bost. Bolingbrook kind of lulled to sleep because he shot that 3 so many times from that spot. That time drove a baseline for the nice layup.
And Bird on the floor, number 4. And as Thompson drove the lane, he got collapsed upon. And both Holden and Boss got a little body. And
it was actually a good defensive effort on Evanston's part. The problem was when you had 2-3 of them go at him, you kind of created a foul for your teammates, but you got to credit them with the defensive effort.
And here it starts, the bonus. Every foul for Bolingbrook is going to result in free throws, so it'll come down to the charity stripe.
That's a lot of bonus free throws for the Raiders. If they nail these, they could be well on their way to victory. Even the simplest reach-in foul becomes a free throw opportunity now.
Which, of course, is a disadvantage for Evanston, which is why Evanston has got to get back to with this energy that they had and the effort when they started third quarter.
And both the free throws are jammed. And now it's an 8-point lead again for the Raiders. 57 to 49. Jones into the lane, and that was stripped. And that was last touch by Jones as Buford hit it off his leg. Again, a big turnover. Almost unnecessary as, and wow, Sefu showing pace there, and that'll be a jump. Oh, and they get the timeout. Wow. Raiders, he called timeout. I did see that. He got the timeout before the grip. That's the correct call. Nobody in Evanston likes it. But as you said, you can yell timeout without signaling timeout.
Oh, definitely.
And he certainly yelled it before he signaled.
I'd like to see that play again. I thought the ref missed a charge call before that on Yusefu when he was going down the court there. But
yeah, I mean, it looked like he palmed the ball and traveled and took triple Euro step, and then he got the foul.
And then the jump ball.
And then the jump ball, yeah.
We've got it all here.
Indeed, Professor. Get yourself out to Beardsley Gymnasium, as we indeed have world-class high school basketball here. That said, Evanston's got 7 minutes and 7 seconds to get back from this 8-point deficit. Inbounds, Cochran will take it for the Raiders. He's going to go up top as he finds Yusefu. Very well guarded by Bost. Buford. Cochran.
Yes, Evanston can't allow Glenbrook to have too much time.
Leonard with his back to the rim did really well there as the ball in between him, and he picked it up.
He showed you a good example of what his responsibility is and what he's supposed to do when down low.
Bost for 3 off target. Gibson with an excellent rebound.
The one-handed rebound. That was a man's rebound right there from Gibson. And one from Jones there.
Big play by Lance Jones. He'll go to the line to try and complete the 3-point play. And it's off target. Cochran finds Yusefu.
Here comes the
going
alley-oop.
for the dunk, and Yusefu missed Buford there. An opportunity to really lay it home, and they can't take advantage of it.
Yeah, that's a play they might come back to if this game gets down to the wire. They had an easy layup there, but went for the high-flying highlight reel play.
Jones, a pick from Gibson to Bost. Back to Jones, nice. And that's going to go the other way. Wow.
Wow.
It looked like he got fouled there, but they're going to call a charge. Let's have a look at the replay.
Yes,
I
good
think
to
he
have
got
the replay
fouled
because I
before
thought
that
should have been a
charge. There
foul.
it is.
He was moving,
and he was
jumped
still
into
moving.
That's a bad call.
He actually jumped into it.
And all the coaches off the Evanston bench not liking it, and Jones stole it. He's going to try and take it, and he's fouled. Looked like a good play by Myrick, to be fair, but he's going to earn a foul because of it.
Yeah, awesome effort by Jones, though. I would have liked to have seen him put that on the backboard.
Yeah, Coach.
Big free throws here from Jones. Can cut this one back to 6.
Evanston been chasing the score all game.
Yes.
As they have found themselves down the entire contest. Inbounds. Sefu. Under 6 minutes to play in regulation. 6 points separate these teams. Wow, high flying jumper. And what's the call?
Did they charge, I believe.
Evanston needs to take advantage of this. I think that was a makeup call.
Indeed.
Even
That
the ref
was
walking beside
absolutely a
this.
makeup call because that was not a charge.
And even the ref walking in front of us had a smile on his face.
And Jones, he's fouled.
Jones is just taking this game over, trying to, and getting to the line almost every possession.
He's got to make these free throws, though. He's got to consistently start putting those free throws in.
And Jones gets the touch on that one. As it'll fall for him. Boxed out. Here's Usefu, the Buford. Back to Usefu, almost a travel. Leonard.
Great play from Gibson
by
there.
Gibson, Bost. And he tried to no-look pass it to Gibson, but it was stolen and read well. And a timeout taken by Bolingbrook. Which is a well-taken timeout. He knew right what he was doing.
Great awareness there. The trap was coming, but he got that timeout in time. Ellis is going to be pretty mad at Holden there. They had the momentum, and he tried that fancy no-look pass with the turnover. Yeah, he called it right before Holden got the jump. Great awareness.
Got to credit the Bolingbrook's coach. He's definitely aware. He's on top of it, being able to call timeout almost at the perfect time. Because the next jump ball goes Evanston way, so that was definitely an important timeout call by that coach.
.5:18 to play in regulation. Evanston Township down by 5. As the Bolingbrook Raiders have come in here and played excellent basketball this evening. Been leading since the first minute. Rather, I think Evanston took the first lead 3-0, and then Bolingbrook scored 9 straight.
Another timeout there for Bolingbrook.
It's going to be tough for Bolingbrook as they are slowly out of timeouts. I think they have 1 or 2 remaining.
Yeah, they've got 2 timeouts left. 2 full timeouts. No 30 seconds remaining. That could play a role if this game gets close and they want a last-second shot and don't have any timeouts. Long way from
down
there,
to
though.
1 timeout, Professor, with 5:18 remaining.
Yeah, they hadn't taken this timeout off yet.
It will be a fantastic finish inside the gym indeed. Both sets of supporters.
Regardless of how this one turns out, I think it's great for both teams. I'm guessing this is one of the first games Evanston. Well, I know this is one of the first games Evanston's played from behind the majority of the game, and this could help them immensely come postseason play. And same for Bolingbrook. Doesn't seem like they've played many close games either.
And this is one of those games I feel like Evanston, regardless of the ending result, that they've got to learn a lot from this game, that you've got to come up and show up consistent. We're definitely more than capable of beating this team and not taking anything from Bolingbrook, but when you're up and down, back and forth, it makes it harder.
That looked like it could have been a push-off, but no call there.
Jones trying to take it to the rack. Nice bucket.
Back
Here's
to
Myrick. Under 5 minutes.
Evanston's got to dig in right now and get some stops.
Almost a foul there on Peters. Inside, and that's a turnover.
It was a good idea there, but just a poorly executed pass.
So now Evanston's got to execute and make a bucket here.
You can bet Jones is going to try to penetrate here.
Jones to Gibson. Kicked out to Bost. It's good.
Good execution, patience.
There's Bost cracking
the
a
Raiders
smile.
used their last timeout, which is unbelievable.
Yeah,
to me.
this is talking about the Bolingbrook's coach's awareness. This is a questionable decision. 4:23 left and 0 timeouts in a 2-point game.
Evanston is playing their basketball, and they've got to stay this way. They've got to stay this way. They've got to make sure now they come out. They can't afford to get any more fouls. They've got to just play good defense and try to get Bolingbrook to turn the ball over. And each time they get that ball on the offensive end, we've got to get a good shot. That was a perfect example of just working the ball, being patient, not forcing it till you had a wide open shot in Boss when everybody in the gym basically had 100% confidence in him that he was going to make that shot.
Yeah, I got to commend Jones there. He was taking it to the rack, but Bolingbrook alertly sent 2 players his way. Then he could find Gibson, and Gibson, only being a sophomore, it was nice to not force that one up, find the open shooter. Boss knocked it down.
Let me correct myself there. It looks like Evanston took that timeout, so Bolingbrook still has a timeout remaining. Evanston has 3. .4:23 to play in regulation. Only 2 points separate these 2 teams now. Myrick will go down to inbound the ball.
And Evanston's fought back from down double digits multiple times as well.
Here's Cochran now as the press is there. Gibson. Peters sliding over, and it's lost. And that'll be Raider ball. Wow.
I couldn't see that one, but
I think
that's
Boss
the
might
right
have
call there.
It was interesting, but I think Boss might end up having touched it right before it went out of bounds.
There's Thompson now, halfway through the 4th. And there's a foul, no call.
Double.
Inside.
Double
Well, there was
dribble.
a foul and then a travel. What are you going to do? And it's almost wasted by Holden Peters. Wow, that looked like a good block.
yeah, it could have been an offensive foul there on Holden, then an offensive foul on Peters, then a good block, but somehow Peters
Double.
ends up
They
with the
just
line.
showed it. He got away with a double.
Yeah, double dribble. That's inexcusable.
He took it, dribbled to the left elbow, picked it up, turned around, squared up, and then dribbled in and made the layup.
I think the ref saw it that the ball was hit out of his hands, and he didn't call that first dribble, even though it most definitely was. But looking at the replay, I could see how he saw it wrong.
Yes. The movement.
Right, because the guy, he hit it down right at the same time his hand went down.
Big miss at the line there from Peters. Usually pretty surefire at the line. Big one here, though.
And that has
he's
definitely
off
hurt
target
Evanston.
there again. Rebound by the Raiders. Usefu. Breaking everybody's ankle there. Here's Buford, who forgot the ball. Holding. Bost! And a rebound by Usefu. And the referee can't decide which way it should go. I must say the officials have been very suspect here tonight. The calls have not been very good.
He didn't really know what side he
that
wanted to
looked like
boo.
Raider ball to me, I have to be honest. But the Evanston gets it back. 4-point deficit. Here's Jones.
He said, do I want boos in my right ear or my left ear?
We've got to do something with it, though.
Peters to Bost. Oh, my. And it's a 3-on-1. Oh, well read by Holden. Out to Peters. 3!
That's a big shot there from Peters, throwing it within 1.
Awesome. Got to credit Holden with that turnover. There's Evanston
Jump ball.
again.
Jump ball should go to Evanston.
And it's our ball. Now, unfortunately, Coach Ellis was trying to call timeout, and the ref here in the middle was not giving him any attention. He was trying to yell it and signal it, but fortunately with this jump ball, it is Evanston's ball.
But now next jump ball will be Bolingbrook if it gets to there, but big momentum swing here from Evanston.
Great hustle by Peters on that, on the defensive end, on the spin to get that tie up.
Jones down by a point. Spinning, that's a travel, and indeed it was. He's looking for the foul.
He traveled.
He traveled and then right split second afterwards got the foul.
He was looking for the foul, out of control.
No reason to pirouette there.
Yes. This is not ballet. That's a good call. The gym was quiet too because they know that was the correct call. Sometimes we complain, but I think on that one it was very obvious.
And the Raiders still hold a 1-point lead. 2.5 minutes to play. Thompson to Myrick. Thompson waving for it. He's got Buford in the corner. And now there's some movement. Cochran against Gibson. Approaching the 2-minute mark.
Great defense with Gibson on the baseline.
Inside. Usefu lost the handle. He still has it. It won't go. Unbelievable play and body control by Usefu.
I'm not quite sure how he got that offensive rebound, but he did.
That's a triple step walk by Jones. Unbelievable that that wasn't a travel.
Yes. I think right now Jones needs to settle himself down. He's trying to do it himself right now. He needs to settle himself down. But yeah, he got a second opportunity on that layup because Evanston did not play any defense.
That is
that
a
looked
tough
like a great
call. That looked like all ball.
Leonard, but
he sold that embellishment to Jones, so the ref saw it. A little bit of arm, but
that's a lot of ball there, Professor.
Yeah.
3-point game. Let's see what Jones can do with the threes. Rather, the freeze. Boom. (63 to 65). Evanston down by 2. That's a lane violation on Gibson. There's no call there.
I don't know if it's released or hits the rim, but if it was definitely hit the rim, that's a lane violation.
It was not even out before his release. Here's Cochran trying to take it. Almost a push-off.
It also seemed like a
good
travel,
defense.
too.
The Raiders out of control. 2-pointer won't go. Peters. Evanston can take the lead. Gibson falling in a heap. Peters. No! Long bomb. And the Raiders. That could have been a foul. And we've got a timeout on the floor, an official's timeout.
We got an injured player, I believe, Gibson. I don't know if he got a cramp or what happened, but Gibson seemed to got injured.
Big miss there from Peters.
Hey.
Gibson's heading to the locker room, it looks like.
Peters did what he needed to do on that, put it up on the layup. Sometimes that's just how the ball spins.
Evanston down by 3 with a minute to play. Jones out of control and a block.
They are bailing Jones out right now. He's out of control, but
that was crazy. That should have been a charge, Coach.
We need the Jones of last night to recognize that right now I'm out of control. I'm not doing it.
Like
I'm not making
Superman
it. And pass that ball.
Floor.
I think that was a block, but if the Bolingbrook player had just not contacted him, he was going to skid out of bounds.
And the basketball gods, don't let that free throw drop there. Still a 3-point game, 1:01 to play. Beardsley Gymnasium, very tension-filled now. And the second one will drop. Full court press. Into the corner. blown out. Good play by the Raiders as they get across the timeline. Thompson, and they're up by 2 here. 50 seconds to play.
They've got to get a stop here without fouling. They've got to try to get a stop without fouling.
Myrick to Thompson.
They're going to hold the ball, so they've got to foul unless they get a steal here.
Oh, good movement by the Raiders. Peters
got
with the steal.
Oh.
Oh, and the Raiders got it back. Wow. Cochran lead back to 4. 28 seconds. Oh, and they lost it. The outlet pass. Blocked.
Blocked by Holden.
Holden, 19 seconds though.
Blocked and they got fouled.
Foul from Bolingbrook. And now Evanston's in the bonus with their best free throw shooter on the line. I got to knock on some wood so he makes these.
Bolingbrook coach completely distraught with the call there.
I think he also recognized it was the right call because he was also getting on his player.
Oh, wow, and Holden misses the first, and the professor can't believe it.
The announcer's curse is real, folks. It's real.
The professor with his hands on his head can't believe the missed free throw.
And that has plagued Evanston a bit throughout this game.
Both teams have been slightly inaccurate from the charity stripe. And that one goes, although barely. Now it's a 3-point game. And the long ball. And Evanston's going to have to foul, and there they do. And now the free throws are definitely important.
And that's been their key player for the game. That's not the player. That's the player they wanted. A good player to put the ball in his hands, but that's not the player we should have wanted to have the ball. We should have tried to stop the foul when it was on our half of the court.
That's a very big point there for the Raiders, as now it's a 4-point game.
Which is a 2 possession. The next one can make it a 2 to 3 possession.
And he's off target. Oh, but the rebound is missed. 8 seconds. Holden.
All right, you got to shoot the ball.
Jones, long 3, off target, 2, loose. Wow, and on the line, but with 0.2 seconds remaining.
It's looking like the best Evanston
Coach
can do
is telling them to pull it back.
And there it's up, and they tried to do an alley-oop to Jones, but it would have been academic, as it still would have been a 2-point loss. Unbelievable as the Evanston fans file out with their chins down. The Wildkits lose 66-70 against the Bolingbrook Raiders.
So definitely great game, as we said, from the beginning to the end. Definitely feel like with this game, Evanston is going to have their head dove for a minute. As great as Bolingbrook played, Evanston saw many spots and spurts that they did not take advantage of, pulling this game out and controlling this game. But definitely awesome game. If you were in this gym tonight, you missed one of the best games all year in Beardsley Gym.
Yeah, it's tough to have a game loss like that for Evanston. It's such a great game, but it came down to free throws and layups for the most of it. And Bolingbrook, even though both teams struggled with those shots tonight, Bolingbrook was just that little bit better that gave them the 4-point victory.
Unbelievable scenes inside of Beardsley Gymnasium tonight. Unfortunately, the Wildkits just edged out by the Raiders by 4 points, 70-66. I'd like to give a big thanks to Ethan and Kathy for providing your images at home and supplying you with wonderful couch-side action. A big thanks to William Jenkins for directing and producing this sports telecast. And of course, I'm always joined by the professor, Chris, and Coach Althea Brown. Wonderful to have you here. My name is Chris May. Thank you again for joining Evanston Township High School Sports. We'll be back again next week for more basketball action. Everybody have a safe and beautiful evening. Good night.